Welcome back to the Money Mindset YouTube channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you haven't already, please smash the like button. It only takes 1 second. Smash the like button for me. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I really would appreciate it. And hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be notified on your phone to come check it out and watch it through. Now, you probably already read the title. Today we're going to be talking about how to become a millionaire when you retire. And before we get started on how to become a millionaire before you retire or when you retire, just know that retirement is not an age, okay, everybody? It is a mathematical equation, meaning that you can retire before, quote unquote, the age of 65, where people usually talk about retiring. Now, when it comes to me, I plan on never retiring because I want to do something that I love and I want to wake up and start, being productive for the rest of my life. If I'm 90 years old, if I'm even 100 years old, I would love to still be productive in the workplace and in the world, and so that I could, never stop working. That's the goal. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. Now, retiring a millionaire might seem like a far-fetched plan or an idea because we all think that $1 million is just crazy. And we're just talking about a million. God forbid, 2 million, 3 million, $4 million. Like, it sounds outrageous. But I'll show you exactly how I'm going to be doing it, and you can as well with these simple steps to take each and every single month. Now, you probably heard of the idea of index investing or ETF investing, and the ETF stands for exchange traded funds. Now, these are, hundreds of companies bundled into the price of one. So the example that I'm going to be using today is VU, and VU is one of the Vanguard's ETFs that track the S&P 500. And if you don't know what the S&P 500 is, the S&P 500 is just the 500 largest companies in America. So once you buy into this ETF, then you own a piece of 500 of the largest companies in America. Pretty simple if you ask me. Now, the idea of index fund investing and ETF investing has been very, very popular because it has a lot of good pros to it. So some of the pros are that it grows over time consistently at a certain rate. You have 500 companies that you own, so diversifying is not the problem. It's very, very safe. And the expense ratios are really, really low. And the expense ratio just means that this is how much this company charges you for, managing this certain ETF or certain index fund. I'll show you guys all the numbers. I'll pull it up actually right now. Let me just go grab my laptop. I need to get a charger. My thing's about to die. It's on 3%. All right, everybody. This is Vanguard's website, and this is VOO. You guys can check this website out yourself. I'm going to leave the link down below, but let's get straight into it. This is the ETF that I am talking about that mirrors the S&P 500. So if we go down, you can see all the facts and the product summary of this certain ETF. We want to look at performance, right? And then we want to look at right here, if we keep on scrolling down, the top 10 largest holdings of this ETF, right? So characteristics above here, this has a number of stocks. There's 509 companies within the stock price of around $358. So once you buy this, you own 509 companies. It's pretty outrageous, and it's actually pretty lit, to be honest. And this right here breaks down the equity sector diversification, meaning that these are just the different industries all these companies make up. We got communications, consumer staples, energy, industrials, real estate, utilities, etc. So, and the top 10 holdings are Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. We have some Google, Facebook, even Tesla, JP Morgan, Visa. So we're all familiar with these companies, and these are the best performing companies within America. Now, like I said, we want to look at performance, and right here shows you year over year basis of how much this ETF has grown over X amount of years. So if we see the example over the past year, it's grown 18.35%. So remember guys, keep these numbers in mind when we're about to do the calculations. 3 years, 14.14, 5 years, 15.18, 10 year, 13.85, and since inception, so September 7th, 2010, it has grown year over year 15.3%. Now let's just call it 15%, right? So once we get this number and we come over to here, compound interest calculator. Now, if you haven't heard Warren Buffett ever say that compound interest is your best friend, and actually Albert Einstein said that compound interest is the ninth wonder of the world. So when these people like that say something like that, that means that that it's actually helpful and it's actually pretty crazy when you actually think about it. Now let's just plug in the numbers, so let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So let's just say we have a Roth IRA, right? And a Roth IRA is a retirement account that we can contribute up to $6,000 every single year into it so that we can grow our money for retirement tax-free. So let's just say we start off with $6,000, right? And then we want to do $500 every single month to put in for retirement, right? So annual addition, so 500 times 12 is another 6,000. And we give it, let's just say, 15 years to grow. This is just for the first example, right? 15 years to grow, and then once we hit calculate, we get $377,000. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, right? Because you're putting in $500 every month, so you're probably like, I don't know, that doesn't seem too crazy. But what is Masood talking about? What is he talking about the compound interest and how we can retire a millionaire? Now, let's do $6,000 we put in one time, and then we pay $500 a month into this Roth IRA. So 500 times 12, that's $6,000 that you contribute each and every year. I'm 25 years old, so let's hypothetically say that I want to retire by 65. We will see how much money I will have in the end. So we have years to grow, 25 plus 40 equals 65, and then an interest rate. I'm not going to use the 15% because that's pretty high, to be honest, for just like in general terms. So we're trying to be conservative. Now let's just say it's 8% that it has grown year over year ever since I contributed $6,000 each year for the next 40 years. So let's put 8% to be conservative. And then once we hit calculate, we are going to retire with $1.809 million, guys. This is what I mean when I say, you can retire a millionaire. It's easy. All you have to do is just follow these simple steps. Like, it's definitely possible. So this is exactly what I'm doing with my retirement fund. I'm contributing $500 every single month so that I can invest into these ETFs and these different funds so that once I turn 65, and if I don't become rich before then, at least I have like a quote-unquote guaranteed way to be a millionaire so I could take care of myself when I do end up retiring, if I do at 65 years old. So pretty much, guys, it looks like I'm not lying, or Albert Einstein and Warren Buffett weren't lying about compound interest, because it is truly probably the craziest thing ever in the ninth wonder of the world. So Albert Einstein was absolutely right. Retire a millionaire, and it's not that hard. Just guys, remember, set up a retirement account and start dishing aside $500 a month. So Roth IRA, like I said, throw $500 every single month in there for the next however many years that you're going to contribute. I would say all the way up until you're 65 years old if you do want to retire at that age, and you will become a millionaire. It's just inevitable, and it's not too far-fetched. But guys, remember, retirement is not an age, it's a mathematical equation. So if you want to retire, let's say when you're 40, just run the numbers, and how you would run the numbers is the same thing I ran the numbers. So it's about how much you can contribute into a brokerage account, and you will see over time period with the interest rate that you're going to plug in how much money you need to retire and how much money that you will retire with your money compounding on top of itself. Thank you guys for tuning in, everybody. I will have a video out next week. Remember to smash the like button on this one. I would appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell, because next week You would want to hear what I'm going to do next. I appreciate y'all a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.